Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Daily English Podcast. I'm Chris, and I'm here with Jessica today. Jessica, how are you doing?
Hi, Chris. I'm doing well today. It's nice to be here again. How about you?
I'm doing well too, thanks. Today we have a calm and important topic. We're going to talk about rest and why it matters so much.
I like that topic a lot. Many people think rest is lazy or unproductive. But I think rest is one of the most important parts of a good life.
I agree with that. People often talk about working hard, staying busy, and doing more. But they do not always talk about stopping and resting.
That is true. Some people feel guilty when they rest. They think they should always be doing something useful.
Have you ever felt that way?
Yes, I have. Sometimes I sit down to relax, but then I start thinking about work or chores. It becomes hard to enjoy the rest.
I know that feeling too. When life is busy, resting can almost feel strange, but our bodies and minds need it.
I think many people forget that. Rest is not only about sleeping, it also means giving yourself quiet time and space.
That is a great point. There are different kinds of rest. We need physical rest, but we also need mental and emotional rest.
Physical rest is easy to understand. If your body feels tired, you sleep or lie down. But mental rest is also very important.
Yes, because the mind can become tired even when the body is still. You can sit all day and still feel exhausted. That often happens when your brain is busy all the time.
I think that happens a lot today. People read messages, check phones, work, study, and think about many things. Their minds never really stop.
That is one reason rest matters so much. Without rest, we keep carrying stress from one part of the day to the next. After a while, everything feels heavier.
And when people feel heavy for too long, they often become less patient. Small problems feel bigger. Simple tasks feel harder.
Have you noticed that in yourself?
Yes, especially when I don't sleep well. If I am tired, I feel more sensitive. Things that normally feel easy can suddenly feel annoying.
The same thing happens to me. When I am rested, I can think more clearly. When I am tired, I make small mistakes and lose focus more easily.
That is why sleep is such an important kind of rest. It helps the body recover and helps the mind calm down. Good sleep changes how the whole day feels.
Some people say they can sleep less and still be fine. But I think many people need more rest than they believe. They only notice that after they finally slow down.
I think so too. Sometimes people become used to feeling tired. They think that tiredness is normal. But after real rest, they remember what it feels like to have energy.
Rest also helps our mood. When we are tired, we often feel stressed or negative. After rest, life can feel more manageable.
That is very true. Sometimes the problem is not that life is terrible. Sometimes the real problem is that we are simply tired.
I love that idea because it is so simple and so true. We do not always need a huge solution. Sometimes we just need sleep, quiet, or a short break.
A short break can change a lot. Even 10 minutes of sitting quietly can help. A short walk can help too.
Walking is one of my favorite ways to rest. It is not exactly sleep, but it helps my mind slow down. After a walk, I usually feel lighter.
I feel the same way. Walking gives me a little space from everything. I do not have to solve anything during that time.
Another kind of rest is doing less for a while. Many people fill every free moment with something. They watch, read, check, reply, or plan.
Yes, and sometimes that makes rest less restful. If your break is full of noise and information, your mind may still feel busy. Quiet rest can feel very different.
Do you think people are afraid of quiet sometimes?
I do, actually. Quiet can feel uncomfortable at first. When there is no noise, we notice our thoughts more.
That makes sense. But quiet can also be healing. It gives the mind a chance to breathe.
I like that phrase. A chance to breathe. Rest is not always about doing nothing forever. It is more about giving yourself a real pause.
Exactly. A pause helps you return with more energy. People often think rest steals time, but sometimes rest saves time because you work better later.
That is a very important idea. If you rest well, you may finish things faster after that. Tired work is often slow and messy.
I have experienced that many times. When I try to work through tiredness, I do not do my best. But after rest, I often solve the same problem much faster.
I think students need to hear that too. Studying for many hours without rest does not always mean better learning. Sometimes the brain needs space to absorb things.
That is true for English learning too. Listening, reading, and practicing are important. But the brain also needs rest to keep learning well.
Rest can also protect joy. If people work all the time, they may stop enjoying the things they once loved. Everything starts to feel like pressure.
That is a sad but very real problem. Even hobbies can feel tiring when life is too full. Rest gives space for enjoyment to come back.
I have noticed that after busy weeks. When I finally rest, simple things feel nice again. Music sounds better, food tastes better, and conversations feel warmer.
That shows how rest affects more than just energy. It changes how we experience life. A rested person often sees the world in a softer way.
So true. Rest helps us return to ourselves. It helps us feel more human.
Let me ask you something practical. What are some simple ways people can rest more in daily life?
One easy way is to protect a small, quiet time each day. It could be 10 minutes in the morning or evening. The important thing is to make it real.
That is a good idea. Another way is to stop using screens before sleep. Even a short phone-free time can help the mind relax.
I would also say that people should notice their own signs of tiredness. Some people get quiet when they need rest. Others become impatient or forgetful.
That kind of self-awareness is very helpful. If you know your signs, you can rest earlier. That is better than waiting until everything feels too hard.
Another simple idea is to rest without guilt. Rest does not need to be earned like a prize. Rest is part of a healthy life.
I really like that. People often think, I will rest after I finish everything. but sometimes everything is never fully finished.
Exactly. Life always gives us more things to do. If we wait for the perfect moment, rest may never come.
That is why small rest habits matter. A quiet cup of tea, a short walk, an early bedtime, or 5 calm minutes can all help.
Those small habits may look simple, but they can change how a whole day feels. A little rest at the right time can make life much easier.
Before we finish, let me ask one last question. If someone listening feels tired these days, what would you say to them?
I would say this. Please be kind to yourself. You do not need to do everything today. Maybe what you need most is rest, not more pressure.
That is a beautiful message. I would say something similar. Rest is not weakness, and it is not wasted time.
It is part of a healthy life. It helps us think better, feel better, and live better. We all need it.
Well, that brings us to the end of today's conversation. Thank you for listening to the Daily English Podcast.
We hope this episode helped you think differently about rest. Maybe today you can give yourself a small, quiet moment.
Until next time, take care of yourself and keep learning step by step.
And we hope you have a calm, restful, and meaningful day.